Hey guys, sorry I haven't videoed in a while. We've been kind of busy, and to be honest, I've been, well, that's a whole long story, and I will try my best to make a video about everything that's been going on so you guys can know what's going on. But I just wanted to make a quick, short little video to you guys. Not that I think that the people that watch my video are like this, but I just kind of wanted to make like a public service announcement about like staring. So you'd think I'd be used to it by now because Lily's had her G-tube for a year now, but I'm still not used to it. So a lot of times when we go out in public, we get stared at. But today was one of those bad days where not only was a lot of people today in the restaurant were staring at us, they were making it a point not to hide the fact that they were staring at us. They were like death staring us like the entire time we were eating, because Lily was being fed by a G-tube. Which, if you're stuffing your face full of Mexican food, that's a little awkward if someone's sitting there staring at you the whole time. And so, here's my little announcement or whatever to try and tell you guys. Like, I understand when you see something that is confusing and you don't understand, you want to stare. I understand. And, you know, if you give a couple little peeks at us, you know, because it just kind of catches your attention and you're just kind of like, whoa, what's that? It's whatever. You know, I'm sure people catch me what they think that I'm staring at them all the time. Really, it's probably because I'm zoning out, because I do that a lot. And, you know, like, that don't really bother me. You know, it's kind of like, okay, whoa, like, I don't know what this is. Caught my eye for a second. But don't just sit there and stare because someone is different from you or someone's doing something that confuses you. If you're going to stare that long and that hard and make me feel that uncomfortable, you might as well just come up and talk to me, because you're staring at me like you know me. You're staring at me like you're wanting to have this conversation with me. So just come up and ask. Just ask me what's going on, because you can get it out of your system. And then you can go on to living your life and not staring at me while I'm sitting there, while me and my family are trying to have a nice family dinner. Because I'd rather you just ask me and get it out of your system so you'd stop staring at me than just sitting there and staring at me the entire time and watching me every second until I literally leave the restaurant. That is so frustrating. It is not even funny. I understand that feeding from a G-tube is interesting. You don't see it very often. But it happens. And it can be confusing. And I don't necessarily mind questions. Granted, while I'm sitting there eating lunch or dinner or whatever with my family is not the most favorite time to answer questions about Lily's G-tube, but if you're gonna sit there and stare and make me feel that uncomfortable, I would rather you just come up and ask me about it. Because what is the point of staring? You are not going to learn a single thing except for, that person eats differently from me, by staring at someone. You're not gonna learn anything. Staring does not teach you anything. Asking questions teach you things. And we had an older couple that stared at us a lot. I'm used to older people staring at us, though. They see a cute baby and they're like, oh my goodness. And, you know, I'm used to older people kind of staring at us. But this was like everybody in the restaurant was staring at us. The only person that didn't stare at us and treat us like we were some weird thing was our waitress. And she was super nice. And she didn't even say anything, and she didn't even take a second glance when she walked up on several occasions and saw me feeding Lily. Now, maybe she walked off to the back and stared at us. That's fine. If I can't see you staring at me, it don't bother me, because I don't know. What I don't know won't hurt me. But anyways, and so the older couple, when we all ended up getting up and leaving, they happened to get up and leave the same time we were. They stopped and asked, which I had already walked off because I didn't know that they were stopping us, and So I went up and walked off, and they asked my husband's grandmother if Lily was sick. And so I'm assuming she explained to him why she had a G-tube, but I don't know what was said then. But, like, and that don't bother me. But, like, don't sit there and stare. Staring is annoying, obnoxious, and hurtful. Because I don't know if you're staring, because I have had stares where I could tell that people were disgusted. And that's very hurtful. It hurts my feelings really, really bad. It's one thing to look and stare kind of like, oh, I'm confused what's going on. But when people literally have that face of like disgust, like I'm about to throw up in my mouth disgust, I'm not kidding you, it hurts my feelings. I'm sorry that the reason my child is alive is because of her G-tube and this is how she eats. And that's a whole nother story by itself. But so I just wanted to make a public service announcement to you guys, because I know that you guys that watch my videos are probably not starers, or you're probably all starers. And you know what? Here's the thing. I guarantee you that if something is weird and confusing, if you were to walk up, if you saw another person feeding their kid with a G-tube, if you were to walk up and go, may I ask you some questions about how you're feeding your child? They're either going to go, oh, yes, I will educate you on this. Or they'll go, I'm sorry, we're trying to have a family dinner, but you can go Google it. This is what it's called. Google it, and it should be able to answer some questions for you. Not that hard. But anyways, okay. I'm off. I'm going to get off my rant horse. I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.